The media often says Muslim women are oppressed, but then why are the most lonely and depressed women found in the world's most free societies? Imagine two women at old age, one living alone, the other surrounded by family. Which society truly protected her better? What you've been told about Muslim women is incomplete. The reality is far more complex and far more surprising. Hello everyone. Today's video is an educational, sociological, and cultural comparison, not an attack on any culture, nation, or religion. The goal is simple: understanding two very different models of society and the impact they have on women's lives. Every country and every family is different, so not all people fit into the same box. I encourage viewers to verify information, check data, and approach this with an open mind. This is a discussion based on cultural research, social patterns, and widely observed experiences. But here's the question. Do you really know what the life cycle of a woman looks like inside an average Asian Muslim family? The reality might surprise you. When people outside the Muslim world hear about Muslim women, the picture they often get from Western media is mostly negative. Stories about restrictions, lack of rights, or oppression dominate the headlines. But what if the truth on the ground is very different from the headlines? What if, in many cases, Muslim women actually experience a level of family protection, emotional support, and lifelong security that most people in the West are never told about? Western media narrative versus real-world experience. Let's start with one simple reality. In countries like Pakistan, India, Muslim communities, Afghanistan, the Middle East, and wider South Asia, millions of women go to universities, workplaces, markets, parks, malls, weddings, and public events, wearing whatever level of hijab or modest clothing they choose. Some wear an abaya, some wear hijab, some wear loose, modest clothes, and many do not cover their heads at all. Yet they navigate public life as a normal part of society. Women teach, study, run businesses, lead departments, and increasingly work remotely from home in online industries. In Pakistan alone, female freelancers and remote workers number in the hundreds of thousands. And one element often misunderstood internationally is female safety. In many South Asian Muslim communities, if a woman is harassed in public, the surrounding people immediately intervene. It is a strong cultural reflex. The community steps in, not because of law enforcement pressure, but because culturally, protecting a woman's dignity is seen as a collective responsibility. The Asian Muslim woman's life cycle, a strong family system. Now let's understand the typical life cycle pattern for women in many Asian Muslim families. Remember, this is a cultural model, not a rule for every household. 1. Birth and early childhood. In a traditional Muslim family, the birth of a daughter is a moment of celebration. The father assumes responsibility, the mother provides day-to-day nurturing, and both parents shape the upbringing. The extended family, comprising grandparents, aunts, and uncles, is deeply involved. 2. Schooling and teenage years. Girls are often protected carefully, guided closely, and encouraged to study. In many households, parents invest everything they have into their daughter's education and well-being. 3. Emotional and social support. If parents face hardship, the responsibility shifts to brothers, uncles, maternal uncles, grandparents, or extended relatives. This support system means a girl rarely grows up alone or unsupported. 4. Marriage and relationship culture. In Muslim culture, relationships outside marriage are traditionally discouraged. Physical intimacy is reserved for marriage. Whether one agrees or not, this model creates a distinct emotional arc. A woman often enters marriage without emotional scars, heartbreak cycles, or complicated past relationships. 5. Married life. After marriage, the husband carries the financial responsibility. In many cases, the husband provides. The wife manages the home or works by choice. Children grow up in a multi-generational support environment. 6. Old age. In Muslim societies, parents and especially mothers typically live with their children. The family system ensures that elderly women are rarely left alone or abandoned. This is why old age homes are extremely uncommon in most Muslim majority cultures. The Western non-Muslim woman's life cycle, a different social model. Now let's compare this with the Western cultural model, which is built on individualism rather than collective family bonds. Again, this is not a criticism, just a different system. 1. Adolescence to early 20s. In the West, children often leave home at 18 or 20. They work, study, live alone, or move in with partners. Independence is seen as a milestone of success. 2. Relationship culture. Dating begins earlier, sometimes as early as mid-teens. Physical relationships are common before marriage, and relationships may come and go frequently. 1. In several Western street interview videos, many young women openly shared that they lost their virginity at a very early age, often between 14 and 18, which reflects how early independence and dating culture shape their life choices. 2. A large number of them said their first experience happened with a complete stranger or someone they never met again, highlighting how casual relationships are normalized in many Western societies. 3. Many also admitted that their first experience was emotionally negative, awkward, or regrettable, mainly because it happened too early or with someone they had no connection, trust, or long-term bond with. 4. Several young women expressed that, in hindsight, they wish they had waited until they were older, emotionally mature, and with someone they loved, a close partner, a long-term companion, or ideally their future husband. 5. In contrast, within Asian Muslim cultures, religious and family values forcefully encourage majority of women to do not make any sexual relationship until marriage, and majority just want because of Islamic rules, but rarely 10% do it secretly. Make physical, sexual relationship. Then they face many problems in society. People and relatives do not respect. They do not make relationship with these type of girls and women and boys. But overall, nearly 90% begin their marital life with their husband, leading to stronger bonds, lower regret, and significantly lower divorce rates compared to Western relationship patterns. 3. Marriage, divorce, and motherhood. Marriage is optional, not cultural expectation. Divorce rates are comparatively high. Many women raise children independently, balancing full-time jobs, emotional responsibilities, social pressure, and financial burden. In majority Muslims, especially Asian Muslim culture, about 80 to 90% of girl and women's responsibility is just prepare press and wash clothes and cook food for the family and take care of children and all family members. No financial responsibility, they eat together. They live together and have fun. 4. Career-driven life. Western and non-Muslim women typically spend decades in active professional life. This brings empowerment, but also stress, self-reliance, and no guaranteed family support. 5. Old age. This is the biggest cultural difference. In Western countries, elderly people often live alone. Children move out permanently. Many women spend old age in senior living facilities. This is not due to lack of love, it's just the structure of Western culture. Everyone manages their own life individually. Balance perspective, strengths and weaknesses of both systems. Neither society is perfect. Asian Muslim culture offers strong family protection, lifelong emotional security, clear marital rules, stability for elderly women and men's, but also sometimes less privacy, more expectations from family, cultural pressure for marriage. Western culture offers independence, personal freedom, professional equality, self-expression, but also weaker family support, emotional loneliness, inconsistent relationship stability, elderly isolation. Both systems have strengths. Both have weaknesses. Conclusion. So, who is better? Neither. They are simply different. But the point is clear. If someone only watches Western media, they will never fully understand the depth of Asian Muslim family structures. And if someone only sees their own culture, they may not understand the pressures Western women face. As I study Western reports, online discussions, and social media conversations, I often notice how many people in the West are living under constant stress, pressure, and emotional fatigue. Life moves fast, responsibilities never stop, and the sense of peace becomes rare. To anyone who feels this way, I want to give you a sincere invitation. Visit Pakistan whenever you get the chance. Despite facing their own challenges, Pakistanis have an extraordinary ability to stay positive, warm, and full of life. There is so much to learn from a culture where people smile even in difficulty, where community matters, and where human connection still holds real value. And of course, try Pakistani food, whether in Pakistan or in any country where you live. The richness of the flavors, the hospitality behind the meal, and the comfort of the cuisine can genuinely wash away half your stress on its own. If you ever travel to Pakistan, you will discover breathtaking northern mountains, peaceful valleys, silent lakes, and some of the most respectful, kind-hearted people you will ever meet. Your journey will teach you things, good, surprising, and meaningful, that no book or documentary can ever fully explain. Pakistan is not just a destination, it's an experience that stays with you. If you have any question and point of view, leave in the comments section. I will try to respond to everyone. Thank you for watching. Remember, understanding creates respect.